podcasts or some people talk and they be like, I make 75, you make 72, and you think like we're competing or comparing.
I see it like this. Like you you might provide emotional stability and like some kind you provide like financial stability, meaning not necessarily the money, but you helping her out or she helping you out. You know what I mean? You like with your finances, y'all getting better, y'all progressing. That's why I think that's the whole like the purpose of a good relationship anyway. It's for like to progress. You know what I'm saying? Right. If I'm doing good and I'm doing good without you, you know what I'm saying? I think imagine what we do the good together.
I think to piggy off of what everybody is saying is playing off of and placating off of the strength and weaknesses of that relationship, right? So what's your strength and weakness as the man and what's the strength and weakness of the woman? And that's how you kind of go about in your relationship, who does what and how do you balance that in a relationship.
Okay. At the end of the day, it's not competition.
It's not.
It's a coalescence of cooperation.
I'm glad you said that because before we go to this, we about to move on to the final point, right? We had 4 topics. I just cut it down to 3. Y'all didn't know that until I told y'all. But look, with that being said, I don't want to go off into this, but I just heard this before, and I thought it was interesting. A lot of times, the INDEPENDENC, you know what I mean?
Was saying,
but it's not independence, it's interdependence. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's the fact of the matter, like, yeah, we depend on each other to get shit going. I mean, it's the duty. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, let's go ahead and move to this last topic. The last topic right here, it says that. Let me see 1 second. Okay. When the cameras are off, who really has the final say?
I'm gonna look to my right and just when the cameras is
I want
I mean, on and off, it should be the same.
Yeah, but who really, like, answer the question.
So and like what's it? So studies show shared decision making predicts relationship longevity better than head of household setups.
Absolutely.
And it's so funny that this is what statistics say. I was looking at you when I said this, but like, yo, this is what statistics say, and it's crazy. This is how I feel. That's why I feel I'm an advocate for this whole case by case thing. Don't let the world, society tell you how you should work. But look, if it's working, let it go. Like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times you'll meet somebody, and just because it ain't how you thought it was going in your head, you talk yourself out of a good situation. Nah, man, I understand what you're dealing with.
But if I understand the question correctly, it's saying, you know how sometimes you'll speak to a couple and they be like, all right, who really run the house?
Right. That's what that was.
Yeah. And look, that's why I said I'm gonna look and just ask my wife, what do you think?
I mean, he run the house, right?
And then, you know what's completely ironic, America? I did not know that I was gonna have a couple on this panel, so this question was kind of ironic as hell. God is a funny dude, but seriously, like, it's relevant as hell. Like, we got a married couple on here and ask who has a final say. But I really think that it's case by case and whatever works for you.
I mean, he'll bring me into counsel, like if it's a big decision or so. But I mean, at the end of the day, ultimately, I feel like he runs the house. And if I have an opinion on something, maybe I don't agree or whatever, I let him make the decision. And if, I trust in him enough to say that the decision he makes is going to benefit both of us.
Do y'all feel that online personas often exaggerate the gender roles that often don't even exist?
You know what I find is that when things work, really, it's kind of it's just a natural, it's a natural thing. It's like, this is how we really act.
And you ain't know it's gonna work like that. Ain't nobody really tell you gonna do it, like, but it's working.
It works.
And we just doing it.
When you start to go online, sometimes you take and be like, well, I don't want to hurt other people's feelings. I don't want to do this. I don't want to. So we start like downplaying the way roles really are.
Trying to create this little Disney-esque
And it's like,
thing.
It's not like that. It's always been, this man and this woman doing that thing, and it works that way. But we trying to create a new tradition, a new society, and it's like that.
Thus, that's kind of the gist of this podcast. Cause I wanted it to be, so what if what I'm thinking is asinine? Okay, but let's conversate about it. Help me get there. Maybe I can help you understand, or you help me get there. You know what I'm saying? Conversation and communication go a long way. And that is needed, especially in 2025. Because if y'all agree, the dating pool definitely has piss in it.
Yeah, If I had to start right now, I don't know what I'll do.
Look, Chernobyl, 3 Mile Island, Fukushima, all types of toxicity and nuclear reactions behind it.
Yeah.
But what y'all talking about in terms of what people broadcast online, that's how, program interference comes in to stir up show program. Certain things don't necessarily need to have a live studio audience. What y'all do is y'all record in private and y'all press play in that same privacy, in that space of, y'all own studio. You don't let everybody into your space, period.
Absolutely. Your disagreements should be aired within the household.
Y'all business ain't everybody business.
Exactly. Okay, so and I think we're gonna wrap this up, but like and we can early. So look, I'm going off the cuff right now, right? Just do a little talk. Let's talk because this all content now. So I just watched this documentary last night, right? Random as fuck. That's more like 5 o'clock in the morning. I should have been asleep getting ready for the podcast. I ain't gonna lie to you. I just be rapping into it. But this whole the porta potty Dubai shit is kind of interesting. Y'all heard it? It's a documentary on the BBC on YouTube. Look it up. It's called Death in Dubai. It's about the girls just going over there, aspiring to chase to these lives, whatever. They going on. They basically they getting tricked into prostitution, getting shitted on, pissed on. And most shit. The yacht girl, the yachting.
I heard about that for years, but they made a documentary on it.
Yeah, and old guy. It's called. Huh?
What platform is it on?
It's on YouTube. It's the BBC. It's called Death in Dubai. I think the hashtag is porta potty Dubai or something like that. Cause they be having they pay them big money to shit and piss in their mouth and doing stuff like that.
And rich dudes
But
be getting
this story was crazy because old girl had went over there on some trying to be like this influence or whatever. The guy sold her a dream when she got over there. She was in the house with a bunch of girls and said, if you don't do this, I'm gonna do that. And she left and she ended up committing out of a tall building. It was kind of wild, but I want to say, y'all just look that up because I didn't understand. I didn't really. That whole world was kind of
But it's
the blind spot. I didn't know it.
It's high stakes prostitution. We
Yeah,
just gotta call it for what it is. And the thing is,
that's basically what he said. Yep.
when we look at the elements in terms of the exaggerated images they put out there on social media, you have everybody trying to present themselves as a larger than life version of who they really are. And especially for our young ladies out there, and I implore them, there is more outside of having a pretty face. Please have some morals. Please have some substance. Please understand that chasing that bag might get you put in a body bag. All money ain't good money. And when you are looking at the elements, even on a smaller scale, when we look at chicks like Ruby Rose out here, how she talking about she can't find a good man, but I'm like, but look what you put out there.
Yeah.
Now imagine multiplying that exponentially from a level of someone who's chasing money, celebrity at a higher scale with people who can actually pay it. But the thing is, do you understand that culture in the Middle East? Do you understand what goes on beyond the glamour and glitz in terms of these princes, these sheiks, where there is still a very defined and unimmovable object of male superiority and female submission?
It's definitely sad. And the story that I seen, I'm gonna close it up after this. All right, I'm gonna give y'all time to say what y'all gotta say. But it was so sad because apparently they had went to the police over there, and I think in Uganda or Dubai, whatever. But apparently, and Dubai was like, "Well, you Africans always start in trouble. Leave us alone." Type
That's
shit.
how it is over there.
And then when they buried the lady, the lady from the BBC actually went out there to where they buried her, and it was like there was construction and shit. It was sad. And the craziest part is the lady from the BBC. She doing all this research. She basically got in contact with that guy, and he basically like, "No, I ain't doing nothing wrong. What I do?" And he was real nonchalant about it, and whatever. It's crazy. I implore y'all to go and look that up. It's called Death in Dubai. It's on YouTube. But with that being said, I appreciate y'all for coming out today on this episode of Seven Cities One Mic podcast. Again, if y'all didn't know, we are recording here at Serenity 5 every Thursday from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. We talking about dating, relationships. Y'all came out today. I invite y'all to come out every Thursday. Any Thursdays y'all here available. As y'all know, it's hard getting these 5 people on this panel. So again, I appreciate y'all. Anything I could do to accommodate for y'all, let me know. All right.
Absolutely.
Again, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you notified the next time we dropping a new video. And before we get up out of here, I want y'all to we didn't introduce everybody. So everybody go around, introduce yourself, where they can find you at. And whatever you got, if you got anything going right now, this your time. Go.
What up, y'all? 2 up, 2 down, 757 Rosada, born and raised on the sea. This is T Max. What it do? Representing Off the Cuff Radio, as well as sitting in once again on Seven Cities Podcast with an illustrious, intelligent panel. Once again, thank you all so much.
All right. And your name, young lady?
I'm special. My
Special
name is
dog.
Special. Yes, that's the real name. My real name is
That's
Special.
not crazy. Your name is Spec Dog.
Yes, my Instagram is Spec Dog. My grandmother gave me that nickname.
I thought about what's Lope Dog from
Yeah.
Don't Minute.
So my grandmother gave me that name though. Yeah, I'm 757 based. I'm a seamstress. I'm a custom designer.
Yes.
I paint.
I seen you do some dope stuff. Yeah, that was crazy. That was dope.
And
I
I need
seen
to
that.
update.
Yeah.
I need to get it updated. Yes, I do a lot.
Yo,
but,
you really did your own tattoo? That is wild, yo.
Oh, that's dope.
That was the wrong one. That's good. I don't know if y'all can't see that, but like that's real dope. That's Spinelli, right?
Yes.
Spinelli from Recess. That is crazy. She did it herself. That's wild. But like I said, if y'all want a tattoo, hit her up and Spec Dog on Instagram. She's a creative. She be doing like you got them plastic bins with beads and shit. No, you be doing everything.
Yes. Just anything I can get my hands on. Yes. Anything I can get my hands into. I'm gonna do.
I love that. And y'all too. Y'all want to talk together separately?
No.
Y'all, you want to talk separately, do y'all?
No, we
I know.
Hey, I'll just plug real quick. I'm Rome the Ruler. Rome the Ruler on Instagram, YouTube. Got a 2 podcasts, family business podcast.
What's your
and a
podcast
cultural
name?
Development podcast. So
What it's called?
One called Family Business
Family business. I do that
and one called the Cultural Development Podcast.
Okay, when I post this, I'm gonna try to collaborate with y'all.
Okay,
so y'all go.
Yeah, definitely. We'll link and do
And
it.
whenever y'all have, I'd love to be on y'all's.
We love to do it.
What's y'all niche? What y'all talk about?
We talk about relationships.
Oh, basically the same thing. Okay.
On ours, and then with the Cultural Development Podcast, I talk about with a friend of mine. We talk about the culture, how to develop the culture and move forward. Some of the problems that's going on, some of the politics, stuff like that. And we like to interview people in the community and the culture. And
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah. So. Yeah.